She walked into a casino, asked one simple question, and was immediately told to leave. Not because she was causing trouble, not because she violated any rules, but because she is hard of hearing and asked if an interpreter was available. That single question, 6 words, got her and her partner escorted off the property. And it came just 1 week after the same casino had already cost her a $50,000 prize because of a communication failure they refused to fix. This is one of the most alarming ADA cases I have come across, and by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why this matters, whether you are deaf, hard of hearing, or have no disability at all. Let's set the scene. We are talking about a commercial racino, a combination racetrack and casino, located in Kentucky. This is not a tribal or indigenous gaming establishment. That distinction matters legally, and we will come back to it. The woman at the center of this story is hard of hearing. Her partner is hearing. They are regular patrons of this casino. They visit frequently, they participate in promotional events, and by all accounts, they are exactly the kind of customers a casino wants walking through its doors. Now, casinos run promotional events constantly. Drawings, giveaways, prize announcements. These are core parts of how a casino builds loyalty and keeps people coming back. For most patrons, these events are fun and accessible. You hear your name called, you walk up, you claim your prize. Simple. But for someone who is hard of hearing or deaf, the entire system of verbal announcements, spoken instructions, and real-time oral communication creates a wall. And when that wall is not addressed, people get hurt. In this case, someone got hurt to the tune of $50,000. Here's what happened at the beginning of this story. The casino held a promotional event with a grand prize of over $50,000 in cash. The woman entered the promotion. When the results were being announced and explained, she asked a casino employee for an interpreter to help her understand the prize claim instructions. The employee told her they do not offer one. With no interpreter available and no written communication provided, she was forced to lip read, an imperfect and unreliable method of communication, especially in a loud, busy casino environment. Based on what she was able to gather through lip reading, she understood the employee to say that numbers had to match in order to win, and that matching 4 numbers would earn her free play credits. She did not win the grand prize under that interpretation. But here is where it gets devastating. When she later got the full details, she discovered the actual rule was that you only needed to match all 5 numbers in any order, not in sequence, to win the grand prize. Because she was not given accurate, accessible communication during that 5-minute claim window, she missed the prize entirely. $50,000. Gone. Because she could not hear, and the casino refused to provide the one accommodation that could have changed everything. She did not just walk away. She gathered evidence. She documented everything. She submitted a formal complaint via certified letter. She provided documentation of what happened. The casino's response? Denied. Their stated reason was that she was not visible on surveillance footage during the claim process. Let that sink in for a moment. Her disability-related communication failure led to a miscommunication about how to win $50,000, and the casino's defense was essentially, "We can't see you on camera, so we don't believe you." That alone would be enough for most people to consult a lawyer. But the story does not end there. About a week later, she returned to the casino with her partner to try to get some basic answers. She brought a written list of questions to the front desk, the official location, by the casino's own designation, for rules and information. These were not aggressive demands. They were reasonable questions about how a deaf or hard of hearing patron could access promotional information. Questions like, where can someone who is deaf get event details? What accommodations exist? Instead of answering the questions in writing, the front desk called over the same people who had already denied the prize claim. What followed was recorded on video with audio. And the recording reveals something deeply troubling. Casino staff repeatedly told her they were not required to have an interpreter. They told her they did not have to answer any questions related to her case. And on 7 separate occasions, they asked her hearing partner why she could not just interpret for her. 7 times. They asked, quote, "You can read, right? before writing only dismissive non-answers on her paper. At one point, a manager in charge of promotions and VIP services physically pulled a pen away from her when she reached for it to write on her own paper she had brought herself. She was trying to communicate. She was trying to participate in a conversation that directly affected her rights and her financial loss. And a casino manager took the pen out of her hand. When she communicated that she could not understand what was being said to her, the head of security threatened to remove both her and her partner from the property. That was week 1. Week 2 was even more direct. She returned for another promotional event. This one was a drawing-style event with multiple rounds. There were no visual monitors displaying winner names. There was no written component to the announcements. There was no way for a deaf or hard-of-hearing patron to know if their name had been called. No accommodation, no access, nothing. She approached the promotional desk and asked a security guard one question, just one. She asked if an interpreter was available for the promotion. The security manager's response was immediate. He said they did not need an interpreter. Then, before she could say another word, he told her to listen to him. He said he was going to have to ask her to leave. When she tried to continue asking her question, he said, "I'm not talking to you anymore." Within seconds, she was being removed from the casino. And here's the part that should make your jaw drop. Her partner, who was across the casino playing a game and had said nothing to anyone, was also told to leave. Both of them. Removed from the property, permanently it appears, for asking one question about interpreter access. So what are we actually looking at from a legal standpoint? The Americans with Disabilities Act, specifically Title III, applies to places of public accommodation. Commercial casinos absolutely qualify. Under the ADA, businesses are required to provide effective communication to individuals with disabilities. This means they must take steps, appropriate steps, to ensure that communication is as effective as communication with people without disabilities. For someone who is deaf or hard of hearing, this can include written notes, captioning, video remote interpreting, or qualified interpreters depending on what the situation requires. The casino's repeated claim that they are not required to have an interpreter on staff is technically a narrow truth twisted into a broad lie. Yes, the ADA does not require every business to have a staff interpreter at all times, but it does require effective communication. And when a patron is about to potentially lose $50,000 because they cannot understand verbal instructions and no alternative is provided, that is a failure of effective communication. That is an ADA violation. The retaliation piece makes this even more serious. When she came back to ask questions and was met with obstruction, physical removal of a pen, dismissive responses, and security threats, and then was expelled entirely for simply asking about interpreter access, that starts to look like retaliation under the ADA. The ADA prohibits retaliation against anyone who asserts their rights under the law. Being thrown out of a casino for asking if an interpreter is available is not a neutral business decision. It is the kind of conduct that draws federal scrutiny. There is also the matter of the $50,000 prize itself. The combination of denied accommodation during the claim window, the casino's refusal to engage with her evidence, and the subsequent documented pattern of obstruction and retaliation builds a compelling narrative for a civil rights attorney. She has recorded video, she has certified mail, she has a timeline, she has witnesses. That is a strong evidentiary foundation. If you or someone you know is navigating something like this, here's what you need to know. First, document everything. She did this right. Video, audio, certified letters, dates and times. If a business denies you an accommodation or treats you poorly because of a disability, write it down the moment it happens. Second, file a complaint with the Department of Justice or the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. In public accommodation cases, the DOJ. You can also file with your state's civil rights enforcement agency. Third, consult a disability rights attorney. Many work on contingency for ADA cases, meaning no upfront cost to you. Organizations like the National Disability Rights Network can help connect you with legal resources in your state. Fourth, know that retaliation is its own separate violation. If a business punishes you for asserting your ADA rights, whether by removing you, refusing service, or targeting your companions. That is actionable on its own. This case is not just about one woman in one casino. It is about a pattern of behavior that many deaf and hard of hearing people face in public spaces every single day. Casinos are built on the idea that everyone has an equal shot. But equal access is not equal if you cannot hear the announcement that says your name was called and you just won $50,000. If this happened to you, if you were denied an accommodation, lost a prize, or were retaliated against for asserting your disability rights, do not assume there is nothing you can do. Document it. File a complaint. Find an attorney. Your rights under the ADA exist precisely for moments like this one. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe so you do not miss future videos covering real legal situations that affect real people. Share this one if you know someone in the deaf or hard of hearing community. They deserve to know their rights, and so do you.